Please, man. Pretty please with a cherry on top.
Hey YouTube, and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to discuss everything you need to know about the 90-degree turn. The 90-degree turn has taken Fortnite by storm. Build fights between pro players nowadays look ridiculous, as each player spams 90-degree turns over and over and over again to try to take the high ground. At this point, it has become clear that the 90-degree turn is an integral part of high-level Fortnite building. Without it, you aren't going to stand much of a chance against opponents that are getting better and better. So today, I'm going to try to teach you guys everything you need to know about the 90-degree turn, and I'll have timestamps in the description if you want to jump between certain parts of the video. Keep in mind though, before I get into this video, that I am by no means a master of the 90-degree turn, but I think it will be helpful to learn about the 90-degree turn from someone who is still going through the learning process and can address the basic problems people have with it. Okay, so without further wait, let's get right into this. To get things started, I want to quickly go over why you would use the 90-degree turn instead of just ramping up normally. The simple answer is that it's faster, but if you understand how it works, you'll be that much better at actually doing it and figuring out what is going wrong if you're messing up. Okay, so why does the 90-degree turn get you up to the high ground faster? The main reason lies in the way jumping works in Fortnite. Jumping will increase your height faster than running along a ramp will. If it was possible to jump infinitely with no fatigue, and to always be able to place a floor under you at the peak of your jump, people would just jump in place to get to the high ground. Unfortunately, it's not that easy because of jump fatigue and because you can't jump a full level up from floor to floor. What the 90-degree turn does though, is it takes advantage of jumping as much as possible. When you do the 90-degree turn, you jump from one ramp to a ramp one level above. At its most efficient, the 90-degree turn allows you to reach your max jump height, place a ramp, and continue running upward to repeat the process and avoid jump fatigue. With that in mind, let's get into how you actually do the 90-degree turn. There are some great videos out there teaching different variations of the 90, but I'm going to teach the way I do the 90, which is a pretty average way I think, and it's definitely a good place to start. One more thing though that I learned the hard way was that there are certain things out of your control that are going to make it harder for you to do the 90, most notably your keybinds. Prior to learning how to do the 90, I had my floor, ramp, wall, and cone all binded to keys that had to be pressed by the same thumb. If you want to do a quick 90, you're going to need to have your build hotkey spread out to different fingers, and you need to be able to hold down your run key at all times without having to take it off to build. For me, I switched my wall to be controlled by one of my mouse buttons, and my floor and ramp are still controlled by my left thumb. Of course, use whatever keybinds are comfortable for you, but just know that if you are struggling with getting all the builds placed down to do a quick 90, you may need to take a look at your keybinds. Okay, so with that out of the way, let's talk about how to do the 90. You can do the 90 turning to your right or to your left, but in this video I'm going to teach you how to do it to the right because that is what is most comfortable for me, and a lot of people seem to like to do it to the right. So to start, you're going to want to be on the left end of your ramp. Now, as we talked about at the beginning, you want to get as much as you can out of your jump to get to the high ground the fastest. So when you are positioning yourself on the ramp, you want to be as close as you can be, without crossing, to the imaginary line 1/3 of the way off the left edge of your ramp. To get a feel for where you want to be, start practicing by running up your ramp, stopping, turning to the right, and then jump while placing a flat and a ramp. Ideally, your ramp will catch you at the top of your jump. Pause the video and repeat this until you feel comfortable with this exercise because this is the building block of all the other variations of the 90. Okay, from here we can start getting into the real thing. This time what you are going to want to do is, instead of placing the flat, place one wall in front of you and to your right, and then finish by placing one above you and jumping while you catch yourself with a ramp. This is a big step up, so take your time with this and work your way up because you will need to know how to do this to get to the final stage I'm going to go over in this video. Okay, for the final version of the 90 for this video, we are going to incorporate walls above you for protection. This time, run up that left end of your ramp, and as you are approaching the point where you turn and jump, we want to place a wall up above your ramp and a wall to the right of you, and then place that final ramp to catch you as you jump and do the 90. Start slowly until you feel you can run through the full thing at full speed. If you want to be able to do the 90 the fastest, then you are going to need to be able to hold down your run forward key while building without having to let go. Once you can do this, you've basically got the 90 down, and you can add more reinforcement as you see fit. Odds are, though, you probably won't get this your first time around hearing the instructions, so let's address some of the common mistakes you might have when trying to do the 90. The biggest issue people struggle with is getting caught under your ramp when trying to do the 90. People call this Harry Pottering yourself. The reason this is happening to you is because you are too far to the right when you jump and do the 90, that you don't reach a high enough height for your new ramp to catch you. To fix this, all you need to do is move a little further to the left on your ramp when you're doing the 90. The other big problem people have that slows down their 90 speed is bumping into the wall when they do their 90. Bumping into the wall is bad because it kills your momentum, which is going to make it take longer to get to the high ground. To fix this issue, all you have to do is make a harder turn to the right and jump sooner rather than later in your 90. You may need to revisit a more basic version of the 90 to get this down, but it is very important, so if you're having this issue, take the time to fix it. Okay, now that you know how to do the 90, you can take it into your games and see how it works. I'm not going to talk much about when to use the 90 in real time because it's not very complicated. Just use it when you need to get to the high ground quickly. Don't go too crazy and spam build 90s when it's unnecessary, but definitely try to get some in-game practice and get a feel for when you want to use the 90 and when it's not needed. Also, just keep in mind that the 90-degree turn does take a lot of materials to use, so only use it when you can afford it. Hopefully being able to do the 90 will give you the edge you need to win fights in your games and stand your ground against some pretty skilled opponents. Alright, that is going to be all for this video. Like I said, if you need to go back to review any specific part of the video, there are timestamps in the description below. As always, if you did find this video helpful, please do leave a like and consider subscribing if you haven't already. Feel free to leave any comments as well if you need help or have any feedback, and I'll see you in the next one.